Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Mono Blue Belcher in Thomas format. So I've been meaning to try a Mono Blue Belcher deck, and they've been getting weaker and weaker as of recent because the strip mines have really hurt the Belcher decks. Not even just Mono Blue Belcher, I do think even Mono Black has a bit of a problem too, in my opinion. Belcher decks has just kind of been in the decline, but the reason why I'm trying out the Belcher is because recently we've discovered a new way to combo with the Omniscience, which is with the Sublime Epiphany and Siphoner and Waterlock Teaching, but we also got some new cards, such as the Emrakul, which also makes Show and Tell even better. But we also got 4 copies of Ponder that is actually going to replace 4 copies of One Ring. The reason why I don't like the One Ring in this deck is because it doesn't pair up very well with the Chrome Mox. And in a Strip Mine meta, your reliance on mana drain is too much. And what ended up happening often is where you just have a bunch of 4 mana cards stuck in your hand. Because now with the Charbelcher plus One Ring, against a strip mine, there's a good chance you might actually get a very clunky hand. So instead, we're playing 4 copies of Ponder, which can start looking for lands, or you can look for combo pieces as well. The other card that we're playing to combat the strip mine is the Stifle. I'm trying to figure out whether the Stifle is worth it in this deck. The main job of the Stifle is going to be destroying opponent's strip mine if they're trying to destroy your lands. But it could be a scam. I'm not sure yet because usually the Stifle is good in tempo decks because they're proactive. So I'm not sure if the benefit of having the Stifle just to stop land destruction is worth it. But because the Belcher decks have been in the decline as of recent, I think it's worth a try. So instead, I'm gonna be hopping over to some Thomas 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on there. Alright, let's test this deck out. Have a Show and Tell. I'll play the Seagate Restoration instead of the Specimen since this could be like energy. Maybe I can flash this in and block. Probably a Shuffle. Ooh, actually the worst card to see there. I'm looking for an Omniscience at the moment, or a Belcher, I guess. I don't think holding up the mana drain is even that good because I don't even have a mana sink. That's insane. Okay, well, this is really bad. So unless I see an Omniscience, I'm probably dead. Yeah. We can still win if I get an Omniscience here. Omniscience. Omniscience. Ooh, that's not it. Alright. Harbinger comes in. Stern Scoldings come in. I think Emrakul is probably bad against this matchup because like they play things like Static Prison. what do we cut? I think it has to be Stifle in this matchup. And maybe a copy of a Belcher. Because they don't play that many like expensive cards to like make the mana drain useful. I'd rather Omniscience and win the game. Omniscience is really good against Boros Energy. Well, we got one part of the combo. Right. This is like theoretically good, but if opponent strip mines me, I lose the game. Because I'm stuck for 1, 2, 3 turns. I mean, yeah. I think this has to be a shuffle. Well, we did talk about this exact scenario. And the exact scenario actually happened. This is really, really bad. Okay, we need to draw land. Alright, we got a Chrome Mox, so we need to draw land here. One land, one time? One time? Land meat, land meat, land meat. Does that do it? Think so? Just barely. Yeah, we just barely got there.
To the hunt.
All right. Return. Draw. So I think we should be good. Oh man. Yeah, like I said, this matchup, the Charbelcher isn't as good. I think we'll work with this again. Turn 1 mana drain into Harbinger. It could get them. It's possible this gets them. I could Jawari, forcing opponent to... Let's see what happens here. Okay, just one Oslo Pride is fine. If I can get the Harbinger down, I think I'm pretty okay with this. Well, another Harbinger. Well, I think I'm at this point, I'm just looking for combo pieces now, I guess. I think I'm gonna pass one more turn. Oh, it came in untapped. Right. Okay, the trainer is good. The trainer is good. We'll leave a Waterlock teaching for maybe like another Flare of Denial or something. I could grab a Cyber Siphoner. Alright. Yeah, Boros energy, just not having any basics. Alright, we found one combo piece, but I don't think I like that. I think I'm looking for a Belcher at this point. Nice. And then we have double Flare of Denials here, so... Alright, GG's. Play first. Mana Drain. This hand is okay. If we had Charbelcher or Omniscience or Emrakul here, that would be better, but it's okay. Dark Ritual, Strip Mine, into Dark Ritual, into a Grief. Very strong hand. Need a Flare of Denial here. Oh man. I think I have to bottom that and just play this out. On a pass a turn? I can't play this until next turn. We'll see. So if I mana drain here, I'll still have 4 mana next turn. Might be close. Depending on what this is. Yeah, depending on what that is. Pretty close game. Alright, last turn for both of us. Last turn for both of us. Oh my god. That was a close one. So we're gonna want these. The strip mines. Frickin' strip mines, man. So how do we want to do this? I think the combo is actually pretty strong. Maybe I want to go down on a shield bag, which means I'm going down on a flare of denial. I can cut like 1 omniscience, I guess. I need to cut 2 more cards. It could just be shield bag. Alright, even if I do like the Leyline Sanctity, I don't think we can keep this one. Okay, this one looks really promising. I think we bottomed the Saiba. We need a Chrome Mox in case Strip Mine comes out. This is really bad. This is really bad. I guess we just lose if they have a Strip Mine here. Even if I played a Thunder Trap Trainer, I don't think getting an additional card is better than playing around opponents like 4 mana cards or like 3 mana cards coming out. Yeah, this is why like we needed things like Stifle. This is bad. Think we still have to keep this. Hand is so bad. Oh, worst nightmare. It's so bad. Do I want to shock here? I think I do. Well, let's keep playing lands. I guess I'll play into the Flood Maw. What to do? Oh my god. I mean, I think it's better than just playing out the Chrome Mox into Show and Tell, because at least this way they might go down on cards just to grief here. Really? This could be a flute. So opponent has a flute. They don't have a flute. My opponent does not have a flute. Huh, so I'm trying to guess why opponent couldn't play the grief last turn. This must be one ring, one ring, one ring. Otherwise, why wouldn't they play the grief last turn, right? Okay, this is actually a pretty sick hand, by the way. What am I Chrome Moxing here? If this is energy, Hydro Specimen can be useful. Secret Restoration is only useful when we have a Omniscience down. I guess I'll go with the Secret Restoration. Mana Drain. So this is actually pretty good, because now we can Mana Drain into Belcher while leaving up a Flare of Denial. Ah, Thoughtseize. Pretty good. Let's pray that opponent doesn't have a Static Prison. I guess. We'll do that. Nice. Good enough. Good enough. A Harbinger comes in. Stifle? So, do Mardu decks play Strip Mines? I think they do. Stifle can also be very useful against like a Static Prison. But in this matchup, Stern Scolding is even more important, so I guess we're going to sideboard out the Stifles. Unfortunately, this session, the Stifle hasn't really shown up. That's the thing. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna cut a Charbelcher this game. And an Emrakul. Well, let's think about this. I think this is happening for sure. Shieldback is, like, kind of bad because opponent just pings it with Bombardment or use any removal spell to deny Flare of Denial, which makes kind of Shieldback kind of bad. So maybe just go down like this and try that out. This is kind of a slow hand. If opponent has a fast hand, it's pretty bad. But if opponent has a bunch of discard spells, I guess this could work. Alright. I got a bit lucky. So that means these all could be like, they have a lot of like strip mines or maybe like flutes. Just a lot of like disruption. Could be it. Another Char Belcher. We don't love to see that. We don't love to see that. I think I'm just gonna go for Ponder. Thoughtseize. They have a surgical. I could be in trouble. Disruptor Flute. Okay, so we gotta save the Waterlog teaching for the Disruptor Flute, I guess. Like grabbing into the Flood Maw. So we need a show and tell, huh? We need a show and tell. I feel like we just saw this. We're not gonna attack because of Ragavan. Into a strip mine as well, so we're gonna be delayed a little bit. Anytime now, if show and tell. Anytime now. Show and tell. Show and tell. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. What happened there? Alright, we keep passing. I'll take the hit. Right, I think we got 2 more turns. They're pretty relentless in destroying our lands here. So, even if we get a show and tell, how do we win? Right? How do we win even if I get show and tell here? I mean, I guess I can win with the combo here if I get a show and tell top deck. So, let's go. Show and tell? One time? One time. Oh, man. We've used a lot of ponders this game, too. But we just couldn't find it. Just couldn't find it. Okay. Okay. Are we gonna lose like this? Seems like we're gonna lose like this. Seems like we're gonna lose like this. Really? Okay. I guess they had another Thoughtseize here. Maybe I shouldn't have even countered that, by the way. Because the God of Soul by itself is kinda bad. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, off to a little bit of a bad start. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Where shall we hunt today?
My opponent actually doesn't have to do anything. They can just attack with these cards every single turn and they'll probably win the game. Flare of Denial. I think I just need to dig for a combo. I can't win if I don't dig for a combo here. Alright. We gotta find a combo. Do I want another Thunder Trap? Maybe. Because the opponent's gonna attack with this every single turn. Into the Flood Mod to bounce a token. If they don't play anything. It's kind of a tough call, actually. So at least I have a blocker for the Ragavan and then into the Flood Mod token at the end of the turn. Like if they don't do anything here, that is. I think I can let that go because I can still block. I think I'm gonna actually bounce the Ajani here. And then play Shield back as a blocker, leaving up a mana drain. Then we can play double trainer next turn. Hopefully that'll get us there. Yeah, hopefully that'll get us there. We'll see. Show and tell? Oh my god, 2 games in a row, we're not seeing any show and tells. I guess show and telling now doesn't even make sense because I have to Chrome Mox into Ponder, but then Omniscience by itself doesn't do anything. Well, we finally found a show and tell, but I think it might be a little bit too late, isn't it? Might be a little bit too late. We'll see. Okay, last turn. It's win or lose. It's win or lose here. Ah, they just top deck the Juggernaut. Oh no! GG's. Ah. Yeah, like I said, just getting to that show and tell was very, very tough. Both games. Wasn't it? It was just so tough. Like, I just couldn't find it. For the love of me. So, I do think we're just dead no matter what here, probably. I guess the only way is by top decking another show and tell, but we might still be dead. So we're taking 5. Block, block, block. So we have to waterlock teaching, shuffle. They got me. I don't think there's a way we can win now. If they call show and tell. No, the top deck peddler. We just finally found the show and tell too. It was just too late. Yeah. So currently it's a 6 mana card, so even if I waterlock teaching into show and tell, we're just dead.
Nothing is more important than family.
Maybe not. They should have hasted. Then they would have lethal. They might still have lethal anyways. Because the Johnny transforms. Yeah, they still win. Alright, GG's. GG's. Alright. Got 3 lands into a Stifle as well. Maybe we can keep this. Maybe. We'll shock this in. Okay, maybe not. Since we're going second. Since we're going second, maybe not. Oh, it's just a grief? It's just a grief. Do I shock this in? I don't think so. Since I don't think Jawari is gonna do anything here. When they have so much mana. Might as well. Belcher? Do I even have enough time to cast this Belcher? It has to be next turn, right? If I don't cast it next turn, I lose the game? Alright, we lost. Because this is gonna deal with 3 damage, and then if I shock, that's another 3 damage, so I lose no matter what. Unless I draw exactly a Chrome Mox. Yeah, because I can't shock this in. That's a little bit unfortunate. I guess now then I have to pray for a show and tell. We need to go for a different plan here. Opponent keeps it on top. Does this matter? I'm dead next turn anyway, so we let this go. Alright, GG's. If the Chrome Mox actually had to come out last turn if he wanted to win. Seems a bit rough. Seems a little bit off. It doesn't seem like the Charbelcher is very good in this format. I'm not gonna lie. Even the mono black kind of struggles at the moment. The mono blue is even a little bit more struggle. I mean, I'm just kind of trying it out, but at the moment, it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Alright, this is kinda good. We'll see. If it's a reanimate, I guess we kinda lose. We'll see about that. Seems like a Bowmaster coming out. If this was an untapped land, I would have loved to into the Flood Maw. Another 3-mana card coming out. Rough. No, it was just reanimate there. Okay, well, let's give this a shot. Alright, so I think we have to look for a land with this Ponder. That is a land, technically. Let's hope they don't have a discard spell for their last card. Ooh, it's a strip mine. I think that might actually win them the game here. Ah, that's so crazy. And I'm also locked. No. Strip mine. Too good. Too good. They actually don't have to do anything. They just win automatically here. Yeah, this deck is a little bit rough because of a strip mine. Like, I just wanted one land, so I took a Chrome Mox there, but... Because that, like that's the only way I could have won. So... Yeah, so I just have to get a land, and hopefully we win the game. Oh, never mind. If they have a black card, we lose the game here. Okay, if they have a Ancient Tomb, we lose. Okay, thank God. Thank God. That was too close. That was way too close. Alright, I think I have to mulligan for Leyline of Sanctity. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lose. This hand is definitely not great, but it can work. Please no Ragavan. Don't Ragavan me. Yeah, I gotta say, this deck is feeling a little bit underpowered. My God. Am I having a rough time? Dark Ritual into... Bowmaster? It was a Disruptor Flute. Into a Char Belcher. Ooh, into a Reanimate. Okay, that's a good card. I guess I have to take the 3? I probably have to take this damage too. Just the Ragavan. It's just the Ragavan. Okay. Ooh, Saiba Siphoner. I think I have to play this to make the Saiba Siphoner cost 2 in the future. Oh my God. Infinite So I can Cyber Siphoner. Get back on into the Flood Maw. Seems like this is a Lightning Bolt. Or a Surgical? It could be a Surgical. I will say I'm not in a good spot. We are in a terrible, terrible spot. Like I said, we're in a very, very terrible spot. We're not even like... maybe like close to winning? What do we need? Okay, that is a good start. That is a very good start. So we top a show and tell. Yeah, so we top a show and tell. Wait, can I go back? Wow, you can go back. So we top a show and tell and then we give opponent a Flare of Denial. Oh, okay. There is a very good potential with this Ponder. A very good potential. And Broadside Bombardier can't deal damage to us? Do I just take 4? I could just take 4 here. Alright. This could be my final Ponder. It could be my final Ponder. Show and tell. Come on. Give me the good Ponder. Give me the good Ponder. Ponder? Come on. Waterlock Teaching. Waterlock Teaching. Those are actually all great, right? These are all great, right? We just want to keep casting the Seagate Restoration, right? Okay. And they can't hit us because of the Sanctity. Oh my god. That's actually a whole lot of nothing, right? Oh, that's not actually very cool. Can I Offspring? Oh, I could have actually... I could have mana drained into it, but... I don't know. Oh, finally we got it. So we grab a Cyber Siphoner, right? Then Cyber Siphoner grab Waterlock Teaching. Then we have a bunch of counter spells. Just barely, right? Just barely. Let's actually return you. Let's return the flute copy. And then we can Belcher, drain, omniscience drain, and then win the game. It's actually it was such a close game. It was just too close. Alright, GG's. Alright, so we went 4-2 with the deck. It was just so unfortunate. The two games that I wanted to show you guys, but I wasn't recording at the time. And one of those games, it was just so nasty because I was able to get the Charbelcher down on turn 1. And the other time we show and told into Emrakul. So that also came up as well. But in the video, because I wasn't recording, that didn't show up. That was a little bit unfortunate. So what did I think about the deck? Well, I thought the deck was a little bit underwhelming. And it was just a worse Omnitel in my opinion. I guess other than the fact that it's impossible to get mana screwed because your monocolor deck, but it's not that great because both decks kind of have a problem with getting strip mined in this format, which is kind of the reason why I wanted to try out the Stifle. Of course, I kind of wanted to try out the Cyber Siphoner Sublime Epiphany, the Omniscience combo. Plus, I wanted to try out the Emrakul, which was good. These were good, but these weren't good because Belcher was good. These were good because the combo works already in Show and Tell. So, how was Stifle? The Stifle was, I think, definitely a trap. So, the reason why the Mono Blue Belcher kind of disappeared is because of the land destructions. I wanted to see if a Stifle kind of helped in any way, but turns out the Stifling has almost no impact because usually the Stifle is impactful if you're on the aggression. Like with things like Hydroponics, even Tameo, you kind of tempo those cards out with the Stifle, which is effective. But what do we have in our deck? We're trying to mana drain into a Charbelcher. So even if you Stifle the lands, you don't really gain any tempo because the Charbelcher is pretty far away. And if you Stifle the land, for example, well, that means your mana drain becomes worse. So unironically, it makes mana drain worse, making the ramp into Charbelcher even worse. I didn't see strip mines when I had Stifle, which kind of made Stifle kind of useless because this was a card that I wanted to use as a protection against the land destruction, but I didn't see it. In game 2 and 3, the thing is, because we're a combo deck where we kind of need all these, right? We kind of need all these, but then you also need Flare of Denial with the Thundertrap Trainer and Phantasmal Shieldback as well. And then you have to have some Goblin Charbelchers, and you have to have Mana Drain, and you also have to have Ponder, right? When something like that happens, you have to cut some combo piece, either the Belcher or the Omniscience. And what ends up happening is you have to cut the Stifle. So some copies of Stifle has to go, either the Emrakul or a copy of an Omniscience or a copy of a Charbelcher. If you're sideboarding in even more cards, you actually have to go down on some copies of a Shieldback or even copies of the Flare of Denial. But then at that point, why do we even have Stifle in the first place if this is always going to be sideboarded out? That's kind of my problem with the card. So I do think this card is a trap. And if you were curious, well, now you know. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.